The Forest of Giggles, a tale of laughter and friendship. Once upon a time, in a village at the edge of a vast forest, there was a special place known only to a few, the Forest of Giggles. Legend said that anyone who entered the forest would be met with endless laughter and joy, thanks to the magical creatures that lived there, tiny, playful beings called gigglers. These creatures could make even the grumpiest person smile. In the village lived two best friends, Emma and Ben, who were known for their sense of adventure and curiosity. They had heard the stories about the Forest of Giggles from their grandparents, but no one had ever seen it. One afternoon, after a long day of playing in the village, Emma and Ben decided they were going to find the Forest of Giggles. "If it really exists, we're going to be the first to find it," Ben declared, his eyes twinkling with excitement. "I bet it's filled with fun and magic," Emma added, her imagination already running wild. The next morning, with their backpacks full of snacks and water, they set off on their adventure. They walked through the meadows, crossed the small creek behind the village, and finally reached the edge of the forest. It looked like any other forest, tall trees, rustling leaves, and birds chirping in the distance. But as they stepped deeper into the woods, something magical started to happen. The air around them began to feel lighter, and soft giggles echoed through the trees. "Did you hear that?" Emma asked, looking around with wide eyes. "I think we found it," Ben said, his face lighting up with excitement. Suddenly, a tiny, glowing creature zipped past them, laughing as it went. It was no bigger than a butterfly, with shimmering wings and a glowing body that sparkled like sunshine. "That's a giggler," Emma gasped. Before they knew it, more gigglers appeared, fluttering around them, filling the air with giggles. Some danced in the air, while others playfully tugged at their backpacks. "Welcome to the Forest of Giggles," one of the gigglers chirped, its voice light and joyful. "We've been waiting for you." Emma and Ben couldn't help but laugh along with the magical creatures. The gigglers led them deeper into the forest, where the trees sparkled with lights, and the ground was soft and bouncy, like a trampoline. Everywhere they looked, the forest was alive with fun and happiness. "This is the most magical place ever," Ben said, bouncing on the soft ground. Emma giggled as she swung from a low-hanging vine, her feet barely touching the ground. "I never want to leave." The gigglers showed them all the wonders of the forest. There were tickle vines that made you laugh if you touched them, jelly bushes with berries that jiggled and giggled when you ate them, and even a laughter lake, where the water bubbled and made silly sounds when you splashed it. But the most incredible part of the forest was the giggling tree, a giant, glowing tree at the heart of the forest. Its branches stretched high into the sky, and its leaves shimmered with golden light. "The giggling tree is where all the joy in the forest comes from," the lead giggler explained. "It's been here for centuries, spreading happiness and laughter to everyone who visits." Ben and Emma stood in awe of the magnificent tree. As they walked closer, they noticed something even more magical. The tree's branches were filled with tiny glowing orbs that floated gently down to the ground. When one landed in Emma's hand, she felt a warm, happy feeling rush through her. "This must be why everyone who comes here can't stop laughing," Emma said with a smile. "It's pure happiness." The gigglers giggled in agreement. "The more you laugh, the stronger the tree grows." Emma and Ben spent the rest of the day playing with the gigglers, bouncing on the soft ground, and splashing in Laughter Lake. They felt lighter and happier than they had ever felt before. Every worry or care seemed to disappear in the Forest of Giggles. As the sun began to set, the gigglers gathered around them. "It's almost time for you to go," the lead giggler said with a smile. "But don't worry, the laughter of the forest will always stay with you." Emma and Ben were sad to leave, but they knew they would always remember their magical day in the Forest of Giggles. The gigglers waved goodbye, their laughter echoing through the trees as Emma and Ben made their way back home. When they returned to the village, they couldn't stop smiling and laughing, even as they told their parents all about their adventure. "Did you really find the Forest of Giggles?" Ben's mother asked, her eyes wide with surprise. Emma nodded, her face glowing with happiness. "And it was even better than we imagined." From that day on, Emma and Ben would often return to the edge of the forest, hoping to catch a glimpse of the gigglers. They knew that the Forest of Giggles was a magical place, and as long as they believed in the power of laughter and joy, the magic would never fade. And whenever they felt sad or worried, they would close their eyes, remember their adventure, and feel the warm giggles of the forest fill their hearts with happiness once again.